week 12 of the fantasy basketball season, and here's a few guards I look to sell high this week. The first guy, Gary Trent of the Toronto Raptors. So Gary Trent, we know, could score the basketball, but we also know he's an injury-prone guy throughout his career. But the last couple weeks, he's really been putting up numbers on the season: 17.9 points a game, 2.2 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 1.6 steals a game, 2.5 threes, and 44% from the field. But the last couple weeks, like I mentioned, 23 points a game, 3.2 rebounds, 1.8 assists, 2 steals a game, 3.5 threes, and a whopping 53% from the field. So Trent's definitely on a hot run right now after he missed 5 games in a row with an injury, and he's come back with the vengeance. No doubt about it is Trent. December 27th versus the Clippers, 20 points, a rebound, an assist, a steal, a block, 2 threes, 50% from the field. December 29th versus the Grizzlies, 20 points, 2 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals, 5 threes, 53% from the field. December 30th versus the Suns, 35 points, 5 boards, 2 assists, 3 steals, a block, 4 threes, 50% from the field. And January 2nd at the Pacers, 32 points, 5 boards, 3 assists, 2 steals, 5 threes, 61% from the field. So right now, shooting the basketball well, hitting 3-pointers, and he's even giving you rebounds and assists, but I don't think it's going to keep up at this pace as Gary Trent. And we also know he's not a great field goal shooter to begin with. Where last season he only shot 41%, and now over the last few weeks, over 50%. So right now, well, he's on a hot streak and pretty much hitting everything in sight here. I think you could trade Gary Trent away for a decent guard and a decent big man in a 2-for-1 deal. And while he's on this hot streak, it's a perfect time to sell him high. The next guy is Klay Thompson of the Golden State Warriors. So just off that 54-point game alone, you could sell Klay Thompson high, in my opinion, because this season the numbers haven't been all that great for Thompson. I know he's starting to work his way back into shape after coming off 2 Achilles injuries over the last couple of years, and it usually takes a year. So now he's getting to that point where it's almost at that time where it's been a year that he's been back now as Klay Thompson's on the season. 20.3 points a game, 4 rebounds, 2.5 assists, 4 threes a game, and 41% from the field, which obviously isn't Thompson-like throughout his career. Even though last season we saw him in the return only shoot that. But the last couple weeks here, Thompson, 29.8 points a game, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 5.2 threes a game, and 45% for the field. So with a few things here that obviously aren't going to stick for Thompson. Steph Curry will be back eventually, so his scoring is going to go down. And he was pretty bad for the majority of the season here until the last few games. Klay Thompson starting to go off here after he couldn't find the shooting touch at all. So the last few games here for him, that's really gotten him going. December 25th versus the Grizzlies, 24 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 threes, 32% from the field. December 27th versus the Hornets, 29 points, 5 boards, 4 assists, a block, 5 threes, 45% from the field. Then the 28th, he didn't play the back-to-back, which is definitely a thing for fantasy owners to keep in mind as well. December 30th versus Portland, 31 points, 4 boards, 2 assists, 7 threes, 50% from the field. And then January 2nd, that monster ball game, 54 points, 10 3-pointers, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, a block, and 53% from the field. So right now, maybe he's getting the shooting touch back. The usage is definitely going up, obviously, with Steph Curry. But a guy who's been struggling for the most part with his field goal percentage and his 3-point shot, and even the points down at 20 a game on the year here. I think it's a perfect time to sell Klay Thompson off. Like I said, with those things against him, he could tweak it one wrong way once again, and he could be injured. Obviously, he's a great talent, no doubt about it, is Klay Thompson. But now, while he's at a peak value this season, after coming off a 31-point game and a 54-point game, I think you could get great assets in a deal for Klay Thompson. And especially if you're a team down there in the standings and you sell him high off a monster game like this, I think you can make a great deal. In the third and final guard, I look to sell high. But this is a classic sell high where you got to get 2 or 3 players here. It's Donovan Mitchell of the Cleveland Cavaliers. So the best season of his NBA career with his new team. No doubt about it here for Donovan Mitchell. Now coming off a 71-point game. Says it all right there what you could get for Donovan Mitchell. I think, like you said, you could get a good guard, good center, and a good forward in a deal. A 3-for-1 deal. That's how lights out he's been this season, and especially over the last few weeks with the 71-point game with the cherry on top. So right here, 29.3 points a game, 3.9 rebounds, 4.8 assists, 1.4 steals, 3.9 threes a game, and 49% from the field. So his efficiency's gone up. 5% he's gone up at the field this season. But the last couple weeks here, it's actually dropped a little bit is the field goal percentage, believe it or not, but 29.5 points a game, 4.5 rebounds, 6.3 assists, 3.5 threes a game, and 43% from the field here for Donovan Mitchell. So right now, you got to get blown away, no doubt about it, in a deal for Mitchell. But now, coming off a 71-point game, there's definitely going to be owners out there that were willing to overpay, be in the moment where they think Mitchell's going to go off each and every night for 30, 40 points, even though he had a little run of that early in the season. But the struggles definitely have been there as well over the last 5-6 games before he dropped that 71 December 23rd versus Toronto. 12 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, 3 threes, 25% from the field. December 26th versus the Nets, 15 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal, a block, 3 threes, 31% from the field. December 29th at the Pacers, bounced back, 28 points, 4 boards, 6 assists, 2 steals, 5 threes, 40% from the field. December 31st at the Bulls, 15 points, 3 boards, 6 assists, 4 steals, 31% from the field. And then the masterful 71-point game versus the Bulls, January 2nd. 71 points, 8 rebounds, 11 assists, a block, 7 threes, 64% from the field. Then he hit 20 free throws in that ball game as well. So right here, Donovan Mitchell, he's a scoring machine. He gets to the line at will. But it has to be a monster overpay for fantasy owners to sell him high here, in my opinion. But hey, why wouldn't you do it? Especially if you're a team lower in the standings and you could get 2 or 3 quality guys for him. This could be a time to do it. So that's a few guards I look to sell high and trade here for Week 12 of the fantasy basketball season.